questions or anything? So Rupak, the podium is with you.
Right. Thank you once again, Dr. Sri. Excellent. Always, you keep on amazing me, surprising me, always. You always have a ace up your sleeves, Dr. Sri. Dr. Banerjee, Dr. Sri, thank you once again. And I will now request Shomendu, our host for the evening, to take the podium for the questions.
So
And
thank you, Rupakda. Thank you, Dr. Sreekumar, Dr. Biren. We have a very senior dietitians and executive member of Indian Dietetic, Miss Nina Singh. So, Madam, what you are asking, just thank you for joining. Ma'am, you need to unmute. Nina, ma'am, you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's okay now.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
first of all, I'd like to thank both the speakers. Very informative talk. Just want to ask a question. How can nutrigenomics help in reducing allergy problems? What kind of things does one eat to help improve the allergy health?
So if
now people are
I
having,
think
a lot of people are having allergies.
yeah,
At every,
I know that question. I am seeing a lot of allergy cases because my area of India, because my specialty is head and neck and ENT. So I used to get all sorts of allergic rhinitis, allergic asthma, and all those things. So the way how the nutrigenomics work is, so first of all, we actually I have shown you the slide, especially we do the detox. Because if you want to improve the digestive process, you have to first do the detox. So detox, especially we do a lot of ways, especially we do the before doing the stomach and gastric detox, we actually do the cellular detox, and we use 2-3 items for that, especially that is in modern medicine. We use intravenous zinc, we do use intravenous vitamin C, we use intravenous EDTA, ethylene dye. So any of these things which the patient is which is available and which is more suitable, we will give. Zinc I prefer because zinc is one of the mineral that can actually prevent allergy. Because zinc has got various action, especially when you give zinc itself along with in the intravenous procedure, especially when in allergy cases, you can see that okay, not only balance your digestion but also it helps in combating with the allergic mechanism. So zinc containing food is very essential. Nuts and seeds are good. And other things that we normally, and especially non-veg, because most of the zinc today is available. Non-vegetarian, you will get mostly from the seafood, but even from the vegetarians, you may get it from the sea vegetables. I think in India, we are not used to eat that much of sea vegetables, but Europeans, they are, because they have, mostly it is winter. So they are in the, so they are getting a lot of sea algae, sea beets, sea mushrooms and all those things, which is actually very rich source of zinc. But unfortunately, our spices were all there. But unfortunately, by the way of processing, we are losing most of the zinc in the mineral, and also which is zinc in the soil is also very much deficient. So we are having this deficiency. That is one of the reason, and we also tell the people to stop the milk protein, because milk protein is one thing that is actually blocking the absorption of a lot. So when these two things comes, you can actually stop the allergic response. And we also look at the balancing, especially we don't have, if you look at the epigenetic profile, I think Banerjee is the best person to, because I am not sending any patient for epigenetic profile of an allergic patient. But we are actually we have a process in which we do the epigenetic process by looking at the questionnaire. So we can see how epigenetically prone this person is for prone to get the disease. And most of the allergic cases which I have seen is allergic case, if you not manage correctly, it will go on for creating the autoimmune disease. So so once the patient comes to us, so we do the detox and we do the dietary protocols and also the nutritional intervention through intravenous and other supplements.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. So, Bijoy ma'am, we are taking your question, but Mitali ma'am, do you have any question or anything, any feedback to share? Mitali Paloti ma'am, as I am just
Thank you, Shomendu. Or should I say, how can I express my gratitude to both the speakers? They have enlightened us into a new era. And we, the dietitians, nutritionists, we know these things, but we couldn't apply this thing in our field because lack of our knowledge and expertise. So I think, Shomendu, again, I thank you, and I am grateful to both the speakers, and I hope from Indian Dietetic Association also we can have some program with the engaging all the speakers. And I also convey my thanks to all the participants who are present there. Thank you very much, Umar. Thank you.
Sir, we are looking forward for more programs in Kolkata for the Eastern dietitians. So,
Yes.
So please do some offline educational program or courses for us. So it will be very enriching for us.
Actually, we can have some workshop also.
Workshops.
Just for
yes.
application of this knowledge and how to use this knowledge in the treatment of the patients.
Because still this is not in our courses, though there is a chapter in the master degree for the dietetics, but it is not enough for us in the practical aspects. So as suggested by Mitali ma'am, we should have some practical knowledge in this field.
Definitely. Applied knowledge is more required.
More required.
Okay,
Yes.
that's great.
Bijoya Das ma'am, you have a question. Can you just tell your question?
Yes, it was a wonderful session, and I'm really thankful to both the speakers. We have learned a lot today. Sir, actually, I wanted to know about hypoxia-induced factor gene. Like, we generally know that cancer cells are expressing HIF, but then if a person is doing vigorous exercise for a long duration, can HIF help in diabetic reversal or help the obese patient?
Banerjee, your
Yeah.
area?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I
sir.
can hear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, Ms. Vijaya, if I heard the question right, there are two aspects. You are asking hypoxia-inducible factor gene, which the cancer cells hijack. Here, you have to understand that cancer cells are fast-growing cells. So when a cancer cell grows, the cellular output is high. So they need more and more oxygen for their fast metabolism. But we do not have that steady supply of oxygen. We have the physiological oxygen available. So therefore, they learn to remain active in hypoxic condition. So therefore, there is a stress response gene in our hypoxia-inducible factor, which is stably expressed by most of the cancer cells. Why? Because they learned how to survive in hypoxic condition. Now, when you do fast exercise or vigorous exercise, those exercises are basically associated with muscle fatigue and not cancer-like hypoxia in your muscles. There, your entire system gets into a hypoxic mode where you need more and more oxygen for the ATP generation or energy requirement there. So that is our understanding of HIF. HIF is a system which cancer cells hijack, and some of their drugs are there now, which actually target this HIF ability of cancer cells to take off the HIF gene and survive. If you can cut off that, then you can actually kill cancer cells faster, and that is how even radiation does. Now, correlating exercise-induced HIF gene expression for obesity and diabetes, that's a different issue. Therefore, there it is a metabolic burn. There you are getting into the metabolic burn pathway where you are actually burning and using your reserves more, and you are getting into the exercise mode from the sedentary mode. So where you are getting into your wild type metabolic pathway, where, as sir was just mentioning, that you have a sedentary lifestyle and you are very high on carb and sugar diet and you are not exercising. There, if you do exercise, you are basically getting your metabolic pathway gene activated. So these two are two different parallel processes which are difficult to interconnect actually.
Okay,
So
thank you so much,
in this
sir.
question, I
Yeah.
have to I will give one more answer.
Yeah.
Especially what we do is, especially in this cancer cases, what we do is you can oxygenate the tissues without
Yeah.
giving oxygen directly, because that is, we are using one thing that we are using is ozone. Ozone can be injected directly through the vein, or it can be inhaled through oil. And in exercise induced thing, what we do, especially in sportsmen, what we go fantastic results. We give a nebulization using magnesium. So magnesium nebulization will actually directly go into the cells and work in a better way. So you can see that all these gene activities and other things. So maybe we have to go for a research or scientific study based on how the genes can be, the expression can be blocked and other things. So we have to go for it. So these are giving clinically better results. We have seen in sportsmen, especially in football team and other players who are coming here. So we are doing, and people who are going to the gym regularly, because what happens is most of these activity, metabolic pathway won't happen. They do the exercise, they cannot use the reserve. So taking magnesium nebulization, it is a fantastic, maybe non-toxic preparation that is very easy and very cheap and very affordable for most of the people.
Thank you, sir.
Shomendu, I
So-
think Orunima is raising her hand for a pretty long
So
period.
we can take one or two questions then before winding up. Arunima and Shaurodip. Yes, Arunima, you can have your question. Dietitian Arunima.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much for these deepest insights. We learned really a lot today, specifically the undercovered thing. Like as Shomendu sir has already told, like we have that on syllabus, but we are not that much into it. So my question is, like while eating something depends, like especially in pregnancy, the mother's diet can really be in terms of nutrigenomics. Is there any impact on child's microbiota, like the growing fetus? Like how the what kind of bacteria
I
will be
think
there in,
I think it is one
so,
other thing that you have to understand is in the when the child is in the mother's womb, there is no bacteria in the gut. The bacteria will be present only after, only the first bacteria they will get only through the vaginal delivery, and that is actually lactobacillus that can digest
yes, sir.
the human milk. So the other things of I think the my microbiome of the mother actually influence the growth of the child. So that has to be mainly on diet and dietary precautions and other things that has to follow. I think Banerjee has something to tell on that.
Yeah, so sir has answered the first part of the question, that is the gut microbiota and the fetus. That's, I will answer the second part, that is teratogens can pose an effect. So there was a huge effect of the first highlight. There's a drug called thalidomide. This thalidomide was a drug which was prescribed in the early 50s and 60s, and this created short limbs in children. This was a huge teratogen. So obviously, if the mother is eating heavy metals, or if the mother is having dietary teratogens, definitely it will have effect on the fetus. There is no doubt about it. So yes, but there are natural ways of preventing. But nature has its own protective layered mechanism which God has given us. But again, if we bypass that, if we misuse it, therefore, definitely, as that's for most of these pregnant women are debarred from drinking, smoking, late night parties, and having different kind of fast food. If they do that, that is basically affecting the fetus. Yes, there are reports about it.
That means in the lactating period also, like they are having the
Yes,
chances of
yes,
getting
yes,
some.
absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
So last question we may take. Dietitian Shobhik Chakraborty, do you want to share any feedback or any question as a senior dietitian, or we are moving? Yeah.
Yeah, very good evening, everybody. So I find it very helpful for all of us to know all the development of this nutrigenomics in India currently. There are lots of studies available in abroad. So we are very new in it. So it will be very much helpful for us. So it must be, circulated within us, and there must be more studies and more seminars for our, in-depth knowledge, especially for juniors, and we have to apply this on our daily to daily basis patients as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So it should be application based, as you are saying. Shauradip?
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you, sir, for such an informative and enriching session. Sir, I just have a little question, that is, in case of carcinogenesis, some sort of vitamin B complex like riboflavin, pantothenic acid, vitamin B7, biotin are restricted. I just want to know that, ask that those vitamins can damage the DNA at all. Mm,
Which vitamin? I didn't hear which vitamin.
Vitamin B complexes, sir. Riboflavin, pantothenic acid, biotin, these this sort of vitamins, sir.
Yeah. Actually speaking, because there are a lot of studies which can come controversial, because if you are giving only one vitamin, because most of the studies go with unitherapy and other things. That is why the studies are not supporting it, because your body needs all the vitamins, all the minerals for your good health. So you cannot take away one. Only thing is that type of product that you are taking. Especially when I have seen B complex vitamins in India, most of the B vitamins are not good at all because they are not active B vitamins. They have all the preservatives there, and it is going into the system, and it is doing a lot of things. And the real B vitamin is not. The only thing is that we say whether you have consumed this B vitamin and this causes this, or this vitamin and is causing this. And another thing that we have to understand is everything should be in a balanced proportion. So when you give one vitamin, if the other vitamin is not there, the body will not take it up, or the metabolism may not happen just like that. With one vitamin, that is why I was telling about even vitamin C, because thousands and thousands of studies are there on vitamin C, but the results are conflicting. Some people are getting results, some people are not getting the result. And so all the lot of studies are there, especially not only on B vitamin, but also on vitamin E has come. And I used to say the vitamin E alone, if you are giving too much, then it can produce a lot of DNA damage and other things, or epigenetic damage can happen. So it is this can happen with any vitamin, or if you are using it especially in a uncontrolled fashion. So only thing is that we have, because today there is no control over usage of vitamins and minerals. People just buy and take and from the market, and it has to be supervised properly, because I normally say you have to eat the vitamins based on your food that you consume, not that just take any vitamin. That is not that will not do the trick.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Another note of caution here. I just wanted
Yes, sir.
to add on what sir has just told, that in cancer, diet is a double-edged sword. You have to know whether you are increasing fuel to the fire, or you are actually antagonizing the fire. Cancer cells are on a very rapid pathway of growth. Okay, they will hijack every mechanism available in the body to grow. Their only ambition is to grow at the cost of anything. So in that, if some of the supplements are basically using the pathways being used by cancer cell, that pathway, this vitamin B12 will enhance. So their pathway enhancers, there they will act as an enhancer. So there you have to be very cautious.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Shibayan, in perspective of sports nutrition, as you are a sports nutritionist, so do you have anything to ask to our eminent speaker?
Sir, my name is Shibayan Ganguly. I'm a martial artist, and after my clinical nutrition, I've done sports nutrition from SAI. So here in when we have learned and when we have applied with nutrition principles with athletes, they need a very short and smart approach, because they don't have time. They have to train a lot and they have to arrange a lot of things. So for professional sports nutritionists, how well nutrigenomics can be applied? That perspective I would like to know. Like how, what we can give them. Like they want fast results because they are sports people. All the athletes, they have a very like, because it's very highly competitive. They want a fast transition in their performance or in their physique, so that they can keep on participating and improving their records. So what we can actually, how we can help them with nutrigenomics? Is there any aspect which you are planning for sports nutritionists, or like for sports nutrition at large? Can you just give me a small insight of yours on this?
So another thing that I normally have done is, I have not done any genetic analysis or epigenetic analysis on sports people, because as you rightly said, they want fast result and they come for specific reasons. So I normally don't interfere with sports medicine. So, but the sports medicine people used to refer a lot of things, especially on some problems they have. Maybe they are not achieving their results. So what I have seen is I just go through their history and their basic things and add on some minerals to it, and maybe that is then I normally tell them to have some fresh drink, something which you can do, especially when you are taking water, mineral rich water, plus some you can add some. I have just told about some biophotonics, photon rich fluid, which is very good for most of the players and maybe the competitors, because
So
the
can you repeat
added
the
the
last
next
point? The last point which you said. Just the last point. The voice cut.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, biophoton rich food, especially when you can have a fresh lemon squeeze into the water, or you can slice the lemon and put it in the water, and that also will give lot of biophotons. Or you can put some mint leaves, or you can put some tulsi leaves on in the water, and that also will give not only some nutrients but also the biophotons, which is fresh. So that can actually stimulate and create, especially the epigenetics and genetics. Other than that, but all these things need, because these are all my practical experiences with the sports people, especially from Kerala. There are a lot of sports people are there, volleyball players, footballers, and all these things. And other epigenetic study, because I did not study anything. Maybe Banerjee has got any first-hand information on that.
I think Dr. Banerjee, I'm sorry to interrupt in between. For the benefit of everybody, we have had a very nice and very interactive session. But we can continue this because people who love this will continue this for days and nights together. But we have to bring any formal meeting into a closure. So
Yeah.
there will be an opportunity for interacting with both Dr. Banerjee and Dr. Sreekumar in Bhubaneswar on the 25th of April, which is World DNA Day. Shomendu, I'm sure Shomendu will be sharing with all the participants today. And we are also having the 13th NEMCON conference in Cochin in July. And the management of Shaukya Foundation has very graciously provided a very special registration rates for the students. Shomendu, please circulate that as well. For students, there is a very special registration rate with the management of Shaukya Foundation, who are organizers of the NEMCON conference of integrated functional medicine in Cochin. So I thank you all. I know that there were other questions also. I am sorry, Dr. Banerjee and Dr. Sree, but
we have to close it now.
We have to actually close the meeting now. So I asked Shomendu to formally call the meeting on a closure. Please, Shomendu.
Yeah. So whoever we have not taken your question, we are really sorry. Please send me the question in WhatsApp so that I can send to Mr. Rupak Banerjee and we can get the answer. So those who want to join this Bhubaneswar conference are most welcome. I will share it with you. And also the international conference in Kochi was already told by Dr. Sreekumar. So I will also share that. So thank you to both the eminent speaker. We are really enriched with that, and without whom it is not possible, is Mr. Rupak Banerjee. So thank you everyone. Thank you all the senior dietitians from Eastern India. Thank you all the students of different colleges have joined today. So it is really enriching, and we will see you very soon. So I will like to say good night to everyone, and stay healthy, stay fit.
Good night. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.